Live trained.
Dameon again here, guys, with Live Train, and today we're gonna be doing some pistachio and herbs crusted lamb chops. And these are some baby lamb chops. It's a pretty great dish, simple to make. So let's start by first thing we gotta clean our lamb. So typically when you buy lamb, it has the backing on it of the film on it. So typically you want to remove this. So we gotta remove the backing of the lamb. Then we're gonna season our lamb, we're gonna sear it, crust it, and then we're gonna pop it in the oven to kind of finish it up off. We're also gonna do some sauteed mushrooms. We have some shiitake, we have some portobello, we have some cremini mushrooms. Then we're also gonna do some sauteed veggies and some red wine au jus, which we made a little bit ahead of time. And you can check one of our other recipe to get the recipe for the red wine reduction or the lamb au jus or beef au jus. We have quite a bunch of sauces there. All right. So first, I said, take off the back of the lamb. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna season our lamb. Some kosher salt and pepper on both sides. Let me turn on the spot so it gets hot in the meantime. We're gonna get our skillet high heat to get it nice and seared. So we're gonna sear our lamb. So first we gotta season our lamb first. So some pepper, some salt here for our lamb. Then we're gonna sear this in some olive oil, and we're gonna crust it with some pistachio. And these are just some toasted pistachio. We do some rosemary, some thyme, and some parsley. Blend up everything in a blender. Typically when you blend it, because the herbs are wet, it will be a bit clunky. So what I do after I blend everything, put it on a roasting pan, pop it in the oven, 7 to 10 minutes, 350, take it out, pretty much dehydrate all the moisture, and you get like a nice crust. All right, so the pot is getting hot right now. As soon as that gets hot, we will sear our lamb, then we will crust our lamb, and then we will pop it in the oven 8 to 10 minutes to get it cooked, and then we will saute our veggies, saute our mushrooms, add a little lamb au jus, and then we'll do our plate up. As I said, pretty simple dish, straightforward, easy to make. Scale of 1 to 10 in terms of complexity, I would say it's around a 7, 6, 7. So it's not really a hard dish. You know, basic kitchen knowledge and kitchen experience, it should be quite easy. All right, so here we have some olive oil going. Gonna get some fresh garlic, saute that in the olive oil to kind of get some nice garlic flavor in there. So chop that up a little bit. Then we add that to our pot. Saute that a little bit. Then we're gonna add our lamb as soon as that pot is nice and hot. Still getting there. Alrighty, so you can smell the garlic, nice and fragrant, and this is what you're looking for. You want the oil to be nice and have some flavor to it, so it can transition that to the lamb. In addition to all your herbs that you have in your pistachio and the red wine reduction, or your lamb au jus with your sauteed mushroom, that's just gonna bring all the dish together, bring the whole dish together. Right? So now we're gonna sear our lamb. So as I said, flame is nice and medium. Searing our lamb, I'm gonna add a little bit more olive oil so we can do both at the same time. So while the lamb is being seared, let's get the mushroom all nice and prepped. Take off the stem, and these were washed already. We're just taking off the parts that we don't really use, which is the root of that mushroom. That's not edible pretty much. Take it off. Get your cremini, cut those in halves or quarters or however you like them. These I'm doing a little bit chunky, so they're like cut in 3. Alright, so our mushrooms is cut and ready to be sauteed. As soon as our lambs are seared, we're gonna saute our mushroom, saute our veggies, and then we're just gonna bring the dish together. So in the meantime, let's just rest that right over here. The lamb are nice and seared. You can see, get a nice sear on your lamb on either side. Kind of flip it over. lamb is a great alternative, you know, for if you into red meat. Personally, it's one of my favorite. Lamb chops, lamb loin, lamb shank is a great opportunity, and you know, you can do lamb chops in so many different ways. It's a very versatile meat. It's very tender. It's something that we can get domestic lamb, we can get imported lamb, whether it be from New Zealand, or we can get local lamb from your local butcher shop here, or wherever you live. There's typically some butcher shop that has fresh lamb. One second. So our lamb is seared. We're gonna saute our mushroom and let that rest. We keep the garlic from that. They're nice and caramelized, have a lot of flavor. We saute our mushroom on lower heat. Saute that. All right. So while the mushroom is being sauteed, we're gonna work on crusting our lamb. Right. So some gloves. The lamb is still a bit warm, so we're gonna move on to the second portion of this dish. So for crusting our lamb, we're gonna pretty much drizzle some olive oil on the lamb, a little bit of Evo. As I said, our crust is right here. So we're gonna put our lamb in our crust, just kind of roll it a little bit so it's nice and crusted. Nice vibrant green color when you pop it in the oven and it's finished. It's okay. Alright, so this is our lamb crusted. Our lamb is crusted. It's on a baking tray. We're gonna pop this in the oven. The oven is already going, it's at 350. We're gonna pop it in the oven for around 7 to 9 minutes. And that should be a nice medium rare temp. In the meantime, we have some mushroom being sauteed, and we're gonna add some veggies to that pot and get that sauteed while we have this go along, okay? Thank you guys. Our mushrooms, we're getting that sauteed. So now we're gonna add some veggies. We had some broccolini and some carrots. So we're just gonna add that to our mushrooms. All right. Salt and pepper, kosher salt, and some cracked black pepper. Had a little bit more olive oil on that. So that's pretty much going. Alright guys, so our mushroom is ready, our veggies are ready, our lamb is just about ready. So here we got, guys, we got our grill lamb chops, pistachio crusted, nice and medium. I think we're gonna do some broccoli. I'm not gonna do all of it. Do the carrots. Fresh mushrooms. Right. Here we go, guys. Lamb, we're gonna cut those in chops, so we're not gonna serve a full rack. Just about medium well. One here. I'm gonna do 2 pieces just for the shot. Here we go. So presentation, in my opinion, people eat with their eyes. So, you know, when you get a dish, typically you look at how it's presented to you. It doesn't matter if the dish is, you know, tastes a 10. If it looks a 3, your perception is like it's gonna taste a 3. So presentation is always important. You know, just get people talking, get engaged. And here we have a little bit of lamb au jus, which we're gonna just drizzle right along. And there you go. Your grilled baby lamb chops with some sauteed veg and assorted mushrooms. And if you want to elevate it a little bit more, we can also add some micro on top. We can do some rosemary, we can do some thyme, or we can do some edible flowers or something, you know, to give it some more color and some more contrast. So there you go.
Live trained.